here's Brody Brazil.
You know, it kind of feels like the NFL is starting to go through a bit of an evolution. For example, we've already seen the brand new kickoff format here in the preseason. That is official starting this regular season. And then there's something else. The chain gang could be replaced. I say replaced, but the chain gang actually eliminated. No, not this season, but they're testing some things out. It could happen as soon as next season that we don't see the individuals wearing the yellow and neon vests and carrying the sticks and with the chain in between and measuring first downs. No, the analog way of doing things with the way it's always been done, the chain gang, it may not be a thing in the NFL starting as soon as next season. Again, replaced, but more so eliminated. Replaced by technology, which I'm about to get into here in just a second. You think about measuring first downs. It's an important part of the game. Sometimes it comes down to the slimmest of margins, like an index card of margin, if you know what I'm talking about. But it's always been very low tech. A chain and two posts and humans walking out there and trying to line things up on the grass in lines that probably aren't straight anyway. All of this is reliant on the initial spot of the football, which we know sometimes is like, wait a second, that's an extra yard or two, or not enough yards in terms of where the ball actually was down on the field. There's also things like the alignment of links on the chain, and are all the lines straight? Did everybody walk out there straight? Do they have everything perfectly orchestrated? And I'm not saying that chain gangs are doing a subpar work on purpose. I'm just saying, how precise could this have ever been in the first place? Because nothing has ever changed. But this is the format that literally the NFL uses, that college football uses, that high school football uses. So all down the line, it's always been this way, with individuals usually volunteering their time to be on the chain gang. It's a very important part of officiating a football game, even at the NFL level. But it's never changed. And so now the NFL is already testing, with their partnership with Sony, their brand new partnership, something called Hawkeye technology. Now, they use this in tennis. They use this in a couple different sports. It's cameras placed around a sporting venue which have a really, really precise measurement. And with these cameras, they can literally say, all right, within like half an inch, here's where the football is. We know where it started. We know where it is. The technology can tell you, if you trust it, whether it's a first down or not. Here's a quote from Gary Brantley. He's the Senior Vice President and Chief Information Officer of the NFL. Quote, "We're in the installation phase for all of our stadiums, really getting them calibrated and up to date. We're just really getting to a place where this system is as accurate as possible and really calibrating across our multiple stadiums." So they're putting this in. Like, they're investing in the technology, they're investing money into this, investing their time. And that's what's going to make me say at the end of this video, like, this is happening. Like, this is an experiment. I know this is testing, right? That's what we're saying right now. But they don't go through these motions unless they know it's going to work and their partner says it's going to work and they get this dialed in exactly how they want. But you also understand, right? No two venues are exactly the same. They've got to get this dialed in for every single football stadium so that the measurements are precise, so that there's no faults in this system. And I would imagine they take the rest of this season to test and experiment and get results and feedback and such. Does this improve the game? How does this change things? Like, why would we do this? If the old way was just fine, why would you try and fix something that's not broken? Well, Neil Manowitz of Sony, he's a president and COO of Sony Electronics, says, quote, "We're reducing a significant amount of time, 40 seconds for each time of use, that basically is making the game that much more impactful." And then also the system is accurate down to less than half an inch, which is incredibly, incredibly accurate. Hopefully the fans appreciate the objective view, or at least half the fans each play will be appreciating it, right? Whether it's a first down or not. So the point here, though, is that the 40 seconds do exist. Like, when you have to bring out the chain gang, when you have to measure for a first down, it takes, they're saying, on average about 40 seconds of time. But with this system, the Hawkeye system, instantly replayed. It gives you the visual like you see in tennis. Was the ball in or was it out? It instantly gives you the answer you're looking for. Visual depiction. Nobody needs to run on the field. It happens fast so that the pace of the game can continue. You don't have that inherent delay because, oh, hey, stop, we got to measure. That's the way it's always been done, but that would obviously change. Now, I say that would change. It seems to me that even when they implement this system, if it happens as soon as next year, they're already saying that the orange sticks and chains and the crew, the chain gang, they would remain doing their thing, but in a backup capacity. So there would be some redundancy, it seems, even when they implement this system to start. Eventually, after a year or two, if it's flawless, if there's no problems, then they probably just move to the technology. I can at least appreciate that if you're going to replace humans, like a lot of things are happening that way in our world with AI and such, at least you've got the redundancy to protect in that transitional period. But it is interesting, right, to fully trust computers now and cameras and technology for AI. So here are my takeaways. Number one, I'm actually a fan if this speeds the game up. That alone, if all the first downs are not, if that's all going to be the same no matter what, if we're not having any problems with the actual judgment of spots on footballs and plays, of where the first downs are, then I'm fine. If it was all going to be the same and we're just speeding things up, I think that's great. I think that helps the pace and the excitement in those moments of whether it was a first down or not. I also think there's going to be even more emphasis on where the ball is spotted. Because before you could say, well, I don't know, did they stretch the chain out all the way or was the spot bad? It was a combination of two human elements. Now it's only one human element, the spot, and the other element is now given away to technology. So now, like I said, there's more emphasis on where the official actually spots the football when it goes down. In a way, though, there's less humans involved for error and blame. I guess you could say that you can't look at anybody on the field if we're all judged by what the screen says, what Hawkeye says. Then there's not really a human to point the finger at the end. Hawkeye says it was a first down. Hawkeye says they were short of a first down. Blame Hawkeye, but it's not a human. It's not an individual. I also think it's kind of cool that Hawkeye provides that instant depiction and gratification. There it is. It's going to show you in near real time what just happened, where that football is. It's probably going to give you a precise measurement. Now, I do wonder a little bit about the half-inch thing, because sometimes it might come down. If that's a half inch right there, sorry, now you're in focus. If that's a half inch and it comes down to that, I feel like this system has to be down to the millimeter, not the half inch. I don't know if the half inch is good enough. But the fact that it might even tell you, hey, they are 2.25 inches short of a first down. Okay, that's better than the chain gang could have ever given you. So there you go. And my last point here is, like I said, if you think this is all an experiment, they might try this and not do it. No. They're spending the money to put in the technology right now. They're moving forward with this. Sony will pressure them to do this. Sony's their partner now. This will happen soon. It's not a matter of if. Honestly, it's only a matter of when the chain gang gets replaced and when they start measuring first downs via technology. This will happen. Mark my words. It's August of 2024. By 25 or 26 at the latest, this will be happening. All right, you made it here to the end of this video. I really appreciate that. Thumbs up down below. That greatly helps me, this video, and this channel. I would like that part, but I would also love it if you just take 1 second right now, go down there, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, because that's the best way I know I get to see you back here next time.